Star Wars is now 40 years old.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Mark Bernard.
Okay, so Star Trek Discovery is happening, whether you want it to or not.
What is the sonic power Black Canary uses called in the comic book?
Canary cry?
Correct!
Yes, it's us! And like Cat wanted Scott to fight next to him, Quit Stalling and Jinx.com want you to get 10% off of your entire shopping cart when you use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at Jinx.com. You know, would you like a large of statue or a, stinger-sized toy? Are you a Goliath or a Pym particle-sized, t-shirt wearer? Either way, Jinx.com has you covered. Head on over to Jinx.com, shop from a wide variety of gamer and geek swag, and you'll find some toys, you'll find some stuff for the big boys. When you do, when you head on over to Jinx.com, use the promo code QuitStalling_366 at checkout, and save yourself 10% off of everything, all of it. Every single thing in your shopping cart will be 10% off. QuitStalling_366 at checkout. Yes. Welcome, everyone. Yes, this is the Quit Stalling Geekcast. It's a little bit of a special episode tonight because, we couldn't wait. We couldn't wait. Usually, me, Juancho, Derek, sometimes Jay, we come on Tuesday mornings in the Philippines, Monday nights in America, and we talk about geek stuff. But this week, it's been a week overdue. We wanted to talk about Man and The Wasp. For those of you unfamiliar, the Quit Stalling Geekcast is it's a weekly talk show where we talk about geek stuff. We just mentioned that, comic books, comic book movies. And I am your host. I am Herald Silvestre. Yes, that is my real name. It's Herald. It's not Harold. No, it is not. It's not Herman. It's Herald. I've been told when you notice the difference in spelling, it reduces the sexiness by like a bunch. So I make sure I emphasize that to reduce the sexiness. I usually come on the show with a co-host, and today is no different. All right, I have a co-host today. So let me get to introducing him. First, he was the aggro crag. Then he was the mega crag. And now he's the super aggro crag of geeks. It's Jay Sanchez. It's Jay Sanchez.
Oh, hey, I didn't see you then. Hi. how's it going?
Pretty good. Can't complain.
It's been a while, man.
It's been a hot minute, I haven't seen you in weeks, and it's good to see you, dude. It's good to see you.
Yeah, likewise. Sorry, I was busy reading comics and watching Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Keeping it in theme. If you ever been to Disney, did you see the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids land in Disneyland, or was it Universal Studios?
I think it was. Wait, back then, I think it was in Disney. Was it?
Yeah, I think so. Like I remember the giant ant just there, so that's why I decided to watch it again.
Oh man, yeah.
I do love
Ant-Man movie.
Yeah. And I do love me some Rick Moranis, so he'd make for a good Scott Lang, I think. If it was the 90s, I think maybe Rick Moranis would make for a good Scott Lang.
I mean, he'd be a different Scott Lang for sure.
Yeah.
He'd be a very different Scott Lang. Thankfully, we do have Paul Rudd. I'm not complaining though. I'm definitely not complaining. So once again, I want to welcome everyone who are out there on the interwebs, sitting home on a Sunday night because tomorrow is a work day. Welcome to the show, guys. All right, today we're talking a lot about Man and The Wasp, but we have a little bit of news too. We do have just a tiny bit of news. Just a tiny bit. Something I saved for you, Jay, from the show from earlier in the week.
Interesting.
I wanted to talk to you about this. Forget Juancho and that O'Brien
and that new guy and that new Derek guy.
Jeez. It's about you, Jay. It's about you. So, yeah, we got a little bit of news as well. But, you know, like at the start of every show, I'm going to ask you and everyone else in the world, how are you? What have you been up to since the last time we hung out?
I'm good, man. Well, there is the Ant-Man movie, which was, I think, a highlight. So, nothing else to stop that. In preparation for the show, I have read 3 volumes of Ant-Man.
Jeez!
So I am so freaking psyched. I am so psyched. I read the Future Foundation run. I read the Ant-Man one, and I read the Astonishing Ant-Man run. I just finished it this weekend. So
wait, Future.
I am ready.
Future Foundation is like we're talking post Johnny Storm's. Wait, spoiler alert.
Holy spoiler alert!
Post Johnny Storm's traumatic death.
Post Annihilation Wave. Yeah.
Wow. Okay,
after he comes back.
Yeah, you went a little far. You went. I mean, you know, Scott Lang is further. Like
I was thinking about bringing out my Young Avengers comics and opening up Children's Crusade because that's where he came back.
Yeah.
And I was also thinking about going and checking out my Avengers Disassembled, which is where he died. And even further back, going back to Fantastic Four during the whole young Cassie Christoph Bernard arc. So, yeah, I am knee deep in Scott Lang comics right now. I love it.
I mean, you people asked for the geeks, and we brought them. We brought them here today.
Here we are.
All right, so that's awesome, dude. I myself have been enjoying comic book related things. Well, actually, on some levels, enjoying is a loose term. I'm trying to power through Cloak and Dagger. It's
the comic?
The show.
Oh, yeah. I haven't even tried it. I haven't even finished Runaways yet because I've been so scared to watch Runaways because I love the comic. It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Brian K. Vaughan, Joss Whedon runs.
Exactly.
Favorite.
Yeah, I mean, and you know, it's hard. It's always hard to live up to the literature. You know, like it's always hard to match the standard that people have because, like with Star Wars, you know, people already have preconceived notions of who they want to be cast. They have preconceived notions of how these characters act. So whenever they're portrayed, especially with the way Hollywood does it, is they don't go direct adaptation. They always change something. Yeah. So
I've only seen the first 2 episodes, and the only complaint I have is why is Molly old? Like I need her young. I need her. Like she needs the age gap needs to be a bit bigger with other kids.
Yeah, I'm with you. And it's also distracting because you know she looks like everyone else.
Yeah. The other thing I did this week, in non-Marvel stuff, I finally finished the 1990s run of Starman, which I super
Star Wars is now 40 years old.
Starman.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman.
Another
I'm Kevin
deep
Smith.
cut.
So Star Trek
Jack
Discovery
Knight
is
Starman.
happening whether you want it to or not.
Okay.
What is the sonic
Super love it.
power Black
When
Everything
Canary
about
you
it.
say Starman, I think of Bowie. Yeah.
There is another Starman that seems to be inspired by it, but no, not that one.
Oh, really?
Not Mikhail Tomas, not that one. Yeah.
Oh, that's. Let me bring up This is the guy you're talking about. Starman.
Jack Knight. He is the son of the Golden Age Starman. He had this comic run in the 90s up to the early 2000s, and it's interesting because he is this kind of a greaser obsessed with antiques, the older generation of stuff, songs, toys, and geeks. He owns an antique shop, and he refuses to wear a costume as Starman. And it's completely like, it touches on the Golden Age heroes, but at the same time, it rebels
Star
against.
Wars is now 40 years old.
That's pretty neat. Yeah, he does look interesting. He's almost like since he's holding a staff and he's wearing green. He's like a Star Spangled Kid, Green Lantern, crossover.
Star-Spangled, Stargirl who made an appearance in Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah,
from
yeah.
GSA.
Yeah.
Her staff, she only became a Stargirl after Jack gave her his staff when he retired as a hero.
See? Told you you bring it today, guys.
So,
Told you bring it today.
She was the Star Spangled Kid before she became Stargirl.
That's cool. That's pretty cool.
Anyway, that's it. That's
Anyway,
those are my geek highlights for recent what for recent times.
for recent years. Yeah, so a
about you,
lot
man?
has been going on in the world of geek. Thankfully we've gotten amazing movies like Infinity War that we got to review earlier on. We talked about Black Panther earlier this year, and this year was not done. To cap off Marvel's amazing run of movies, we got Man and The Wasp, which was somewhat unheralded, and we'll talk. And now
I would call it astonishing.
That's awesome. Yeah, so we'll get to that in just a little bit, guys. But I do want to remind everyone, if you want to message us, if you want to hit us up, Facebook.com. Yes, Quit Stalling Us. We're on Twitter at Quit Stalling Us. Someone pretended like they
slide into our DMs. Harold's got you.
Yeah, slide into our DMs. Someone pretended like they donated on Twitch. Thanks for trying to fool us. We appreciate it though. Like every view, every view counts. Yeah, that does take effort. Like Control-C, Control-V, and then formatting it to look like like the donation font. That is effort. But yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. And if you want to message us, the chat is open. If you're listening to us via the VODs or the audio only podcast, thank you for downloading. And you can keep downloading. Subscribe.
Yeah. Tweet us if you have anything to say. Like I think Twitter is open for me. So.
Yeah, me too. And I don't mean the hashtag. All right, so we're gonna get to the meat of the show. But before we do, I want to bring up a little bit of news, Jay. So I haven't played this I haven't played this.
What do I not know?
Here we go.
Yes, I see. Good news, everyone!
It's the news! And the news is brought to you by GameBite. I could have sworn I had the trailer queued up, but apparently I don't. So, check out GameBite, 9:30 p.m. every Wednesday night in the Philippines Standard Time. I think that's 6:30 a.m. in California. So, GameBite!
I hear great things about those guys. Okay.
It's alright. I don't like that lead host. He's kind of a douche. But yeah, check it out.
Okay,
GameBite.
but he's getting better. Don't worry.
He's alright. No one likes him. Alright, GameBite, 9:30 p.m. Check it out.
I do.
Well, you're too nice. You're too nice.
I cheer for the villains. That's why.
Well, we do like Runaways, so villains can be complicated. All right, so Jay, this man has been for better or worse, been on a lot of mainstream media nowadays. Talented actor, method actor, some would say. We've seen him as the Joker recently, and he's gonna get his own. Supposedly, he's gonna get his own standalone spin-off Joker movie.
No, he's not. He's not anymore.
That's news to me. He's not anymore.
It's Joaquin Phoenix now, I think. Right?
No. So they're doing multiple Joker movies, is what's happening.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for this news. I'm here.
Yeah. So that. If you listened to the Quit Stalling Geekcast earlier this week, you would have known that. But check that out, guys. Episode 66.
I was busy catching up on my Ant-Man.
Yeah,
so much to read. Anyway.
Oh, there's a lot. So aside from being the Joker, Jay, this man, Jared Leto, for those of you who are listening audio only, is also making his way towards Marvel, specifically Sony's universe. And Spider-Man in particular. And, I wanted to get your take on this because, for those of you not in the know, Jared Leto will be portraying, for those who aren't really that familiar with the Spider-Man universe. Yeah, he's going to be playing Morbius the Living Vampire, which, again, if you're not familiar with the Spider-Man universe, is one of the most obscure characters you will ever find being turned into a movie. If you thought Guardians of the Galaxy was weird, like this guy right here is he's not a #1 candidate for ticket sales.
I'd say he's a little bit more obscure. He's more along the lines of Ulysses Bloodstone and maybe what? Dude, Bloodstone is awesome. Yeah. He's an immortal with like this crystal in his chest. who hunts monsters. And I'd also put him in leagues with maybe Man-Thing,
Star
who
Wars
has,
is now 40 years
who has one
old.
of the best single issue
Welcome to
names
Batman,
ever.
Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
You remember Giant Size X-Men?
Okay, so
Where Colossus, Wolverine, and Nightcrawler like first made an appearance. Man-Thing had his own. It was called Giant Size Man-Thing. It's the best. Look it up, no, for real. Like, if you can Google it right now, it's there. Giant Size Man-Thing.
That's gold.
I do not know how that went over the editor's heads, man. I don't know how that got through.
Sheesh. That's gold, dude. Okay.
So yeah,
so
Morbius hangs around those guys. Those are his bros. Those are his homies.
So yeah, I mean so honestly the first time I ever heard of Morbius was this from this show that we're having a clip of in our background in our side, and that was the first time I was ever exposed to Morbius, was the Spider-Man animated show back in the 90s. And I mean, honestly, he was kind of scary in the show. Oh god. Oh, whoa. Okay, I'm gonna cut away from that. That's kind of gross. But
Trypophobia when you look at his hands.
I know, right? It's disgusting. But again, I would have never picked him out of the gallery of rogues that Spider-Man has. The most sinister of villains. I would never have picked him to have a movie. So like, I want to get your thoughts on this. Could this be the potential for Wesley Snipes to make a comeback?
Oh. Well, Morbius is he's kind of a, would I say, anti-hero, or more of a, he's wishy-washy when it comes to that. No, I think he's generally a nice guy. He's just cursed. Okay, yeah. Because he's, I wouldn't call him a villain, but I wouldn't call him a hero either. He's just there. Yeah, I think it depends on the story. So it's weird for me because if I was writing, I wouldn't.
Star Wars is now 40 years old.
So
welcome to Batman, Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
I'm Mark Bernard.
Okay, so
I wouldn't
like
pin my hopes on a full storyline with him. So it's a bit shocking for me to hear that they're giving Morbius a movie. And it's just weird.
This guy right here. This guy.
It's like Jared Leto has not learned from the mistake of his Joker. Stay away from the weird ones for now. Like, do something a little easier. It's like
easier.
He's playing on extreme difficulty, like for now, and he's just like starting out. It's a bit weird.
You gotta admire the balls on Jared Leto, though. Man. Okay. One other thing. So, do you think he could pull it off before we move on? Do you think this could potentially be something surprising, or do you think it's doomed to?
I really think Jared Leto is a good actor.
Yeah.
But even he cannot salvage this. I don't think he can. Not because it's an obscure character, but because it's a Sony Marvel movie.
Oh yeah, that's true. The script writing,
if it was under Marvel, I'd consider it. I'd be like, I'm gonna look forward to it and see what they do.
Yeah.
But it's Sony. Sony is like the is the DC of Marvel films.
That's cool. That's cool.
No, but for real, man, like it's Sony and Fox. It's just okay, fine. Maybe Fox is the DC of. But yeah, I'm not excited. I'm not excited.
Yeah, definitely. I do have one more question before we move on. And this is a big if.
I think Venom's gonna be bad.
Oh man, you read my mind. You think so? But if it's good, if for some reason Tom Hardy carries that franchise on his broad ass back, that muscular back of his, do you think this Morbius movie would have a chance?
Maybe.
Okay. That's a
because
good
they're both
answer.
good actors. It's not them. I'm hesitant about. It's Sony, dude.
It really isn't though. Like
it's kind of a weird setup because they say that all these films are gonna be in the Spider-Man Homecoming universe, right?
Oh god, yeah.
But they're not gonna be in the Marvel universe. And I'm just like, wait, what?
Yeah.
I thought Spider-Man was. It's a weird setup. So whatever.
Yeah.
Just grab your popcorn. See what happens.
Exactly. Fingers crossed. Yes, fingers crossed. Sony, just sell the rights already. Jeez, just sell the rights already. Okay, one last bit of news, and this is still in the Spider-Man universe, or we'll stick to going into the Spider-Verse. Nick Cage is supposedly confirmed to be voicing Spider-Man Noir in the Into the Spider-Verse movie, the animated movie that we're getting, where Peter is side by side with Miles Morales. Thoughts, Jay?
I'm a fan. Nick Cage is a national treasure.
Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Which nation, though?
We'll take him. We'll take him.
Is this like a Germany Hasselhoff thing? Like, we love him in India.
No, but like, I actually love the actor. Like, he's great. He's just been having to pick strange roles for the last few years.
Yeah.
I think he's got it. I think he can get it. Yeah.
Oh, I mean, it helps that it's gonna be his voice mainly. So, and it is a pretty cool character.
You're gonna miss out. You're gonna miss out on the eyes. The Nick Cage eyes.
Which brings me to my next point. I remember Abed in Community talking about how Nick Cage is the most hit or miss actor ever, and that adds to his genius. And you know what? As comedic and satirical as that episode was of Community, it's hard not to think that way.
Yeah.
It's easy.
No, I mean, once upon a time, the guy was touted as maybe the next it boy for Hollywood, right?
Oh, what?
Yeah.
And he was getting. Was that around Superman time?
No, this is like right after Fast Times at Ridgemont High, because he made an appearance there.
Okay.
He was in Fast Times at Ridgemont High, and I think he is the grandson of Francis Ford Coppola.
What?
So he has Hollywood pedigree.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and his earlier work was good. So it's Nick Cage, man. He just might surprise you. That's the best thing about him.
He has the breeding. He has the breeding. So yeah, I mean, honestly, Into the Spider-Verse. Yeah, we were talking about safe movies to do, safe characters to do. Spider-Man Noir is right up his wheelhouse. And
it's interesting.
Yeah, right. Like he could just redo his what was his character's name? Kick-Ass, his Big Daddy persona. He could just redo that and be in the Spider-Verse.
No, I want him to do Bad Detective. Because Spider-Man Noir is noir. It's detective settings, man. Right?
Yeah, that's true. Oh man. Yeah, you know what? Nick Cage has piqued my interest, and I hope he does well. I hope this movie does well, because
you know what I've been trying to do? I've been trying to watch Ghost Rider 2 for years now, but I just never get to it. It sounds like Avatar that I am never gonna watch.
Oh, never.
Yeah, I have never seen it. I have no plans of seeing it.
Oh, Jay, it's not Avatar. It's The Last Airbender.
Sorry, The Last Airbender. See?
Yeah.
But I actually am trying to watch Ghost Rider. Yeah.
Wait, is one the one with Legion, or is that 2?
You mean Blackheart?
No, I remember. Oh man, I'm so confused.
Blackheart and Mephisto is 1.
Okay.
I haven't seen 2, so I have no idea who the villain is.
Okay. I just remember seeing a scene on like local cable where someone goes, "We are they do the line and it's gross. It's not good.
I actually think isn't Idris Elba in the second one?
Is he?
So how can it be bad? Yeah, I think he is.
I mean, how did they manage to ruin the Dark Tower, right? Like.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I mean, he tried to cancel the apocalypse. All right, so I think that's it. I think that's all our news. We got to get to the meat of the show. Let's knock out this Man and The Wasp review, Jay. Let's do it. Let's do this right now, right here, right now. I'm gonna change up the music real quick. We need a soundbite for this. What's
I need Scott to shrink Cassie and just goes, "Honey, I shrunk the kid."
Oh, that's good. That's good. Wait, I need a good soundbite for this. Let's do this.
It's what you hearing, listen. It's what you hearing, listen. Oh, let's break it down.
All right. So, guys, we're talking about Man and The Wasp right now. And for those of you who have not seen it yet,
Holy spoiler alert!
avert your ears, all right? Because we're going to talk about
Yeah, it's
everything
a good
as
idea,
much
stay
as we
away.
can. Yeah, right? We're going
You've
to
had
spoil
enough
stuff.
of the show for now. Yeah.
All right.
If you haven't seen the movie, step away, step back.
This is not the time to be brave, ladies and gentlemen. Look away. Look away right now. Okay, so Jay, I want to get your thoughts. First things first. Let's start off fresh. What did you think of the first Ant-Man? Let's go there. Let's go there first.
I loved it. Like, you cannot go wrong with Paul Rudd in anything. That's my opinion.
I'm with
even
you.
a bad
Yeah.
movie, even a bad movie is made better just by having Paul Rudd there. Right?
I mean, I Love You Man could have been so bad.
Yeah. But it was totes my goats awesome, right?
You slapped the bass.
Slap in the face. Slap in the face. I actually, maybe he would have made for a good Black Panther character instead of an Ant-Man character. But this is what we got.
Yeah, and I honestly, I can't see anyone as Scott Lang anymore because of this. You know, he's
In another universe, though, he'd be in the Black Panther universe as Sex Panther.
Oh, I didn't realize you were setting that up.
That's an Anchorman reference right there.
I should have seen that coming.
I think you're gonna hold her tight.
Okay, so let's move on
Alright,
to
sorry.
Ant-Man.
Yeah, let's go.
Ant-Man and the
This is
Wasp.
what I offered. Why are you surprised?
Oh my gosh, I'm actually not surprised. I just wish.
Just loved it.
Okay, I want to do the very beginning, Jay, the awkward intro, because there was no lead up into it. It was just all of a sudden from trailers we got a little girl in her house.
I thought it was cute, dude.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It warmed my heart.
Yeah, I'm with you.
For the lack of it, there was warmth in the whole word, my heart.
How good or is CGI? Yeah, how good is CGI now that we got a convincing looking young Michael Douglas?
Dude, it was amazing.
Right?
It was crazy. Like I was thinking now, like we have to work harder to keep our actors and actresses alive because they could still be doing voiceovers when they're like 103 or 105. Holy shit, man! Like it opens up the world of movies.
It really does. Like, and it could have been. We're doing this a lot now. It could have been. Remember when they youngified Jeff Bridges in Tron and it looked weird?
But now it doesn't work.
Now it's not at all, right?
Easy.
Rock Hard GG in the chat. Hey Carl, he says young Michael Douglas, and he gives us the heart emoji, the heart emote. Right?
In reference to Mikhail, because he does this now for some weird reason.
Does he?
He does this now. I don't know why.
Hey Mikhail, I hope he's watching. He was watching the community scrims. Speaking of Rockhart, who was there during the community scrims, and you were there too.
What?
Jay, anything 89 in Twitch, right? Like you were watching us.
Yeah. I was watching.
Yeah, our boy over here was watching us. Thanks for the support, man. But yeah, so that first of all, that blew my mind. I was expecting it to look rubbery. I was expecting it to look bad the second he started talking. I was like, this is good. We're at that point in technology.
It looked seamless, and Michelle Pfeiffer's face, it wasn't like too young. It was like her and Catwoman in Batman, and I was like, what is going on? This is amazing.
Yeah, this is good. Like, man, Marvel is spending their money right. Disney is spending their money right.
I'm a Hank Pym guy though. Like, let's be honest. I love Paul Rudd. I think he brought himself into Scott Lang. He's made Scott Lang better. It's like Tony Stark.
Star
RDJ
Wars is
made
now
Tony Stark
40
better because in the
years
comics,
old.
it sucks.
Yeah.
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin
And
Smith.
for me,
Okay,
if
so
we just
Star
go to
Trek-
like just the character of Hank and Scott, I'm a Hank guy.
Oh yeah, man. I'm with you.
He's a much more nuanced character. Though I have to say, if you just want to have fun, Scott is way better when it comes to fun. But if you want drama, Hank Pym is the way to go. And seeing the CGI for that just made me excited that we might get Hank Pym. I need Hank Pym.
You think they could pay Michael Douglas enough to do standalone Hank Pym movies?
I'm not even thinking about if they should. I'm thinking. I'm not thinking about if they would. I'm thinking about if that they should. Michael Douglas is amazing.
Yeah, like he, again, he could have been so bad for this. He could have been such an egotistical person and just ruined the character. But he plays so well. He plays Hank Pym. He plays the loving dad, the sarcastic, cold shouldering potential father-in-law to Scott. Yes, right. He's a and
Hank Pym is unlikable. But Hank Pym is unlikably likable. In a way. Does that make sense?
Yeah. And they pulled it off in these movies so far, without needing to address a very large characteristic and flaw that Hank Pym has in the comics, which is his abusiveness, his physical abusiveness.
It happened once.
Yeah, no, but
he's never. It's dictated his character flow ever since. He's
exactly. So like, I'm glad that they managed to do his character without needing to show that, without needing to even mention it, because he's this is the version that I could see myself growing up with if I was a kid still.
Yeah.
He could be a role model to up and coming tech geniuses, and at the same time, as an adult, I could be like, if I had a daughter that was dating someone, that would be the kind of guy I'd be. I'd be a jerk to whoever my daughter's dating, and I'd be hard on my daughter, but I'd be loving. Like, he's not a bad dad, and he deals with the loss of his wife so well. Not well, but
That's why. That's
not
why
well, actually.
That's why he had a rough time with Hope.
Yeah.
But,
I mean, now, sorry,
yeah.
I totally take that back. I mean, once he at first, sort of resolves his internal conflict with losing Janet, and then manages to reforge his not partnership, his relationship with Hope. He becomes a good dad, and all the anger that you see in that first movie, all the coldness, it becomes that what we were talking about, what I was talking about earlier, was that adorable father figure that he should have become much earlier if Janet was still around.
Yeah, I love Michael Douglas.
He's so good. He's so good.
It's weird. I like characters that most people don't like. I like Hank Pym. Cyclops is my favorite Marvel character.
Yeah.
Oh, because they're amazing. It's just people just want the alpha guy with claws who's short and stumpy and hairy.
Yeah. Okay.
That's right, Wolverine. That is some shade on you.
So being a Hank Pym fan, how satisfying was it for you that he finally put on a suit?
It was so satisfying. It was crazy. Like, the only regret I have is that he didn't get to participate in the Ultron movie. That is the only regret I have.
Yeah. Like, if they just managed to do the Ant-Man movie a little earlier.
Sooner. Yeah, exactly.
Jeez, because I could see Hank Pym making Ultron.
Because everyone doesn't know, Ultron's brainwaves is actually based on Hank Pym's brainwaves.
Supposed to be.
It was, yeah. And then Vision's is based on Wonder
Star
Man's
Wars is now 4.
Yeah.
So, and Ultron's wife, Jocasta, her brainwaves are based on the Wasp. So there's a really big connection with Ant-Man and Ultron, which we missed out on. But
Yeah.
whatever.
All right. So since we're talking about the Wasp, and we were talking about Janet earlier, thoughts on Michelle Pfeiffer as the original Wasp, as Janet Van Dyne. Pfeiffer.
I love her, man. Like, legit. Michelle Pfeiffer is amazing. She's a good actress.
She didn't get much screen time, didn't she? Like, she could have gotten more, but...
Yeah, but she didn't need more.
Yes.
Every time she was on screen, it was a knockout. It's like, out of the park.
And you're exactly right. She didn't need more. She was given the appropriate amount. What?
I'm enjoying the full screen. I am acting.
It's working, dude. You're rocking it. Yeah, I totally agree. She had the right amount of screen time, especially for a character who needed time, who needs to be developed and not rushed on to a heavier role. I think this was a perfect introduction. If we're gonna get more of her, I think they've laid the great foundation, that for more character development.
And she fits seamlessly with the cast.
Yes.
With everyone. From Michael Pena, the Paul Rudd, Evangeline Lilly, she just fits with everyone. It's amazing, her chemistry with everyone.
Yes. Dude, speaking of Michael Pena, dude, Michael Pena is just continuing the flow that he started.
It's so good, man.
I keep saying this. It could have been, right? Like, they could have made his character unbearable and continued in a way that would just get grating and repetitive, but they kept it fresh.
Yeah. I'm usually not a fan of tropes like that. Like, it would be a little grating eventually.
Yes.
But I never got sick of it. It just worked. And it who made Scott Pilgrim again? The Herald trilogy.
Wait, the Scott Pilgrim
Movie.
comics? Oh, the movie.
Movie.
Let me Google it real quick.
I'm blanking out. What's going on? But yeah,
I was gonna say Rebecca Sugar. Edgar Wright.
Yeah. For most people who might have forgotten, when Ant-Man was being pushed to be greenlit, the person pushing it was Edgar Wright.
Yes.
So for me, that whole Michael Pena fast cut, different scenes, just like cut.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little bit of heart that Edgar Wright left there. Like, that's a little bit of inspiration that Edgar Wright brought to Marvel. So it's really, really nice to see.
Because it's very Hot Fuzz. It's very...
It is.
Yeah.
Very spaced. It's very Hot Fuzz. Yeah.
Shaun of the Dead-ish. They had that one scene where, yeah. So, he does have... Edgar Wright does have, that a bit of a lasting impact in terms of character, like, his legacy when it comes to Ant-Man, and rightly so. I'm not overtly sad that he didn't get to continue because we're still getting great Scott Lang story.
I'm completely fine with it. I'm glad that he didn't risk his personal his credibility as a director by doing something he didn't want to.
Yeah.
Because it all worked out. We get a really good Ant-Man movie. And we got a really good Ant-Man and the Wasp. That's a pet peeve of mine, by the way. I don't like it when people are saying, oh, did you see the new Ant-Man movie? I don't like that. Because Evangeline Lilly was amazing.
Oh, yes, definitely.
Right? Like, for me, she carried the movie. Like, it was... I love Paul Rudd, but it was not a Paul Rudd movie.
No. And that's kind of what's good about Paul Rudd. He's kind of like Chadwick Boseman in that he tends to make a lot of the actors around him and the characters that are played off of his character really good.
He's the Dan Aykroyd of the SNL cast. He's the Bill Hader. He's the Bobby Moynihan. He is the glue. He's the glue of the cast.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's amazing, but he makes everyone better. Mm-hmm. And my God, Evangeline Lilly was the best.
So good.
That fight scene, crazy.
Yeah, Ant-Man came first only in the title because Evangeline Lilly really did play the Wasp so well, and you know, as much as you love Scott, the Wasp and Hope were the characters, for me at least, and I'm assuming a bit for you as well, that you wanted to see more about and find out more about the backstory now that we've gotten the first Ant-Man. And a lot of credit goes to Paul Rudd in making the good setups for his characters, doing the non-egotistical thing of backing off a little bit and just throwing the punchlines when he needs to. So good. And yeah, you mentioned the fight scene, dude. The fight scene with Ghost. Every fight scene with Ghost.
The fight scene in the restaurant was insane.
So nuts.
That is how you show shrinking and flight powers, man. It's insane.
How did they pull that off, right?
It was bonkers.
It was so
Nuts.
good because, the fact that she zooms in and out of the sizes that she does, and like we've said this word a bunch of times, seamless. It was seamless. Her fight scene was so. Wait, let me try and pull it up real quick. The fight scene was so seamless, and it was good, and it was definitely one of the best fight scenes you will see in a Marvel movie.
It made me think that if Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr. do step down, like I want her to lead.
I wouldn't mind her.
I want her to lead the Avengers. She could be the funding. She's hella rich. She has all the tech, dude. And in a way, she could replace Cap because her fight scene was so good. It was like Cap when she threw the salt shaker. I felt like it was Cap throwing his shield.
So smart, so clever, and Evangeline Lilly plays it well. That she's commanding. She shows brilliance and assertiveness when it comes to calling out.
She did that as Kate on Lost, so I mean, she could only be better now.
Exactly, right? And yeah, she has a presence to her, even though she's not a big name star. Evangeline Lilly as Hope is a commanding character.
And I just finished reading Avengers Forever.
Okay.
By Kurt Busiek, I think. And she was the leader in that story. It was like a bunch of time displaced Avengers, and she was the leader. Because eventually in that story arc, Jan is the leader. That's what the story claimed. And she was great there. And I know that she can handle it.
Oh,
both
man.
the character and the actress.
The actress, yeah.
Avengers.
Oh man. Okay, so I want to divert a little bit. In a sec, I want to talk about the secondary characters, but how funny was Close Up Magic? How funny
that was cool.
Him, Randall Park, dude. Randall Park trying to learn it, and see, we're talking about people who know how to come in with a punchline. Randall Park was. I know he's good. I didn't think he could be this good.
He was so good. I'm excited for a possible Marvel movie because a lot of people don't know, but his character is a superhero.
No.
Yeah.
Who is
Jimmy
he?
Woo? Jimmy Woo is the agent of Atlas. He is the head of the Agents of Atlas.
He's that guy?
He's that guy.
I've seen the cover. I've only seen the cover, and
He's
I
that
know
guy.
the name. Yeah.
In Daredevil season 1, the Netflix, when they get the new office for the Avocados Unlocked, it used to be an Agents of Atlas thing on front in the front of the door. If I remember correctly.
I have to look at that again.
Jimmy Woo, The Martian, Man-Ape. No, it's a different one. Venus.
Although Man-Ape would be a welcome addition with how good he was in Black Panther.
I'm mixing up the names, but yeah, the Jimmy Woo is a old established Marvel character. I don't know if he's good enough to be in a movie by himself with this group, because they're like the Inhumans for me. They're kind of but yeah, they're Marvel characters.
If you need something to replace Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Agents of Atlas with Jimmy Woo as the Coulson, and it's
right.
more of a comedy than anything, yes, please give it. This would be phase 5 for me. Yes, I am all in.
It happened, right?
Oh my god, that's genius.
Yeah, promote him from the FBI to superhero liaison, and then
Give
him
Jay
a group.
Give Jay a pen and paper and milk this guy for some ideas. That's genius.
I've already sent my Doctor Who notes to the showrunners. Still haven't heard back from them because it's a genius idea. But yes.
Isn't Sundays when we can tweet that one Marvel? Is it an editor or a writer?
Yeah.
About...
Heather
Tweet the
Antos.
VOD.
She used to be she used to be editor for Spider-Gwen and Deadpool, and I think she left Marvel now, but she still does freelance editing. So let's tweet some stuff.
Yeah, cut that part where we just talked about Atlas, and link it to her on Twitter.
They know about it for sure.
No, just cut it, link it. Cut it and link
The
it.
comic nerds know about it. All right, let's do it.
Cut it and link it. All right. Let's make our way down the secondary characters. T.I.?
How about T.I. and the European dude?
I love how we're on the same page. I always forget. I always forget the T.I. I always forget that T.I. is the other ex-con. He's so inconspicuous.
Yeah, he needs more screen time, I think.
Both ex-cons are good, and even Michael Pena. Like those guys are. I wouldn't mind a short with them. How they used to do the shorts.
I love the Hank Pym and Michael Pena interaction. It was the best.
Yeah.
It's funny that you're here because we robbed you, and now you're going to us for help. And it's so cool.
Isn't it weird? He's like, yeah. Oh man. Walton Goggins as Sonny Birch, the southern would you call him like an underground seedy underbelly?
Yeah, I've seen that guy in other shows. I think he's a character actor, but I don't know where.
Yeah. He's been on Justify. He's been everywhere. Like exactly, he's that actor. He's that kind of actor where you're like, I've seen that guy. He looks distinct. Good actor. Which leads me to him in Ghost, and the lack again of a solid villain, which somehow Marvel always manages to skirt around. We don't. The main characters, the heroes are so strong that we don't really complain that much. It's nitpicking when we talk about how bad the villains have been.
I gotta argue with you on that one. Like,
go for it.
It was nice. Like,
did you like it?
I read Ghost during his run on Thunderbolts.
Okay.
When they were prisoners of the Raft that were under Luke Cage.
Okay.
And that Ghost always had something to do with corporate espionage.
Mm-hmm.
And I love the fact that it wasn't like, for once, she wasn't a villain. She wasn't a flat out villain.
Yeah.
And that was a good twist for me. That was amazing character development. Like, she was just hurting.
I think she needs more screen time because they have set up a bit of her backstory without giving us a lot.
I think she needs more screen time because I thought she was cute.
Ah, this guy. Yeah, she does have the attractiveness of a Holly. Yeah. So that leads me to my point, which is she doesn't become a villain. So we lack memorable villains because she becomes sort of an anti-hero-ish, sort of an anti-villain who's just trying to survive in this crazy world that she ended up getting mixed up in because of her father.
Yeah. No, she was a good foil. She was a foil.
Yes.
But which is what the movie needed. Because
I agree.
The movie was all about fathers and daughters, right?
Yeah.
And that whole thing with Goliath, which I loved, there was a cameo by Goliath who died in Civil War. Spoiler. Was another size-changing hero. It made sense to have her be good and have her survive at the end, because that just gives her and Goliath a chance to be father and daughter.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
For me, it makes more sense than rather than having her go bad and going by herself, going to the raft. It kind of gives her and the giant man arc some closure, which I think wouldn't have happened if she went for villain.
I kind of agree. Real quick before I dive into that, Rockhart GG, aka Carl To, is actually multitasking. He's streaming on Mineski TV, and on his personal channel, playing League of Legends while listening to us. So thank you, Carl. I appreciate that a lot, and we hope you're enjoying, and we hope that's why you're still listening to us. And at the same time, I also want to give a shout out to Commander Root, who I forgot to give a shout out to earlier, who followed us about 30 minutes ago. Thank you, Commander Root. We hope you're enjoying.
Thanks.
All right, so yeah, I agree. The fact that they're not straight up villains makes makes their story even more interesting because it's easy to just make them villains and have them be the bad guys. Ha! You spurned me, Hank, so now I'm a jerk. But
Yeah.
you know, Lawrence Fishburne is actually just looking out for Ghost. And he's doing it the only way he knows how because, you know, it's easy to forget that they're living in a world where S.H.I.E.L.D. turned out to be full of Hydra.
Yeah. But if you watch Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., it's not. It's a little bit more complicated than that.
Exactly. It's so complicated, and you realize why she doesn't really trust many people, and why Bill Foster, Lawrence Fishburne, doesn't trust people either. Because, you know, he spent his time at S.H.I.E.L.D. while Hank was there, and eventually they see that, you know, maybe not all of what we were doing was S.H.I.E.L.D. Maybe some of it might have been Hydra.
Yeah.
And you know, the fact that she's gone through all these physical changes and experiments and killings and espionage missions, you know, it's so complex, and you need to actually have watched a lot of the Marvel Cinematic Universe and their supplemental shows to get some of that depth, which I kind of appreciate.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. But
It's,
yeah, for the more casual person, it falls under the cracks.
I think it's just testament to how good Marvel's writing is, that they don't have to follow a basic formula for heroes and villains.
Yes.
So, like, I'm completely fine with what they did. It just, I don't think of it as Marvel failing to have a good villain, but I think it's more of Marvel having another great character.
Yes. And the fact that Marvel can write all these layers and layers and layers.
Like onions.
Like
Ogres are like onions. But anyway, sorry.
Donkey! Yeah. And they continue to do that thing that they've managed to do so well, which is make genre movies inside the superhero universe.
Yes.
It's not easy, and they're making it look so easy to the point that people have begun criticizing.
It's so natural for everyone. See, that's what I've always said, and I'm gonna say it again. I'm gonna sound like a broken record. If you love the comics, if you respect the story and the character, and the changes you make respect the character and the comics, you can see it.
Star Wars is now 40 years
and
old.
you-
really can.
You see the
Welcome
love
to Batman,
whenever
Batman,
Marvel
Kevin
does
Smith.
them. And I think
okay,
that's
so
what Black-
Star
that's
Trek
what's
Discovery
lacking
is
with other
happening
companies.
whether you want it to or not.
Whether it's Sony or Fox or
What
DC.
is the sonic
Like,
power
they just
Black
need the
Canary
love
uses
of Star
called
Wars
in the
better.
comic book?
Yeah, and
Canary
you know,
cry?
find and have the patience to get the right characters, to get the right actors and writers,
Yes.
because you know there are billions of people in this world. One of them can fit in your writer's room and give you guys the different perspective that you need, and you know, it's also because studios like, oh, what's up? Oh yeah, this guy. Like studios like the WB, or Warner Brothers, I mean, and other, you know, among others, they tend to go with who they know in Hollywood, and it's not a formula for long-term success anymore. I think in a digital age where everything is so global, where you have a huge reach, why not use that reach to find people who can treat your material with respect and love?
I agree. Speaking of writers, one writer I want to jump onto Marvel is Alan Heinberg.
Who's Alan? Wait, that sounds familiar.
And this ties in to another Ant-Man character. Because Cassie being such a good character, she was such a good character in this one. She was so fun, right?
Star Wars is
Yeah,
now
definitely,
40
dude.
years
She's-
old.
I
and
wanted to
people
grow
are
up
saying
already.
that
Batman,
Cassie
Kevin Smith.
having a bigger role
Okay,
can
so
lead
Star
to
Trek
maybe future
Discovery is
Young Avengers
happening whether you
movies.
want it to or
And
not.
like Young Avengers is my jam.
What
It's
is
the
the
first
sonic
like
power Black
comic I
Canary
really
uses in
collected
the
from
comic book?
issue 1 until volume whatever.
Canary cry?
Yeah.
Correct.
And Alan Heinberg wrote Wonder Woman with Gal Gadot. And you know what else Alan Heinberg did?
What did he
He
do? Tell us.
created Young Avengers, dude. He was the writer for issue 1, the first volume. Issue 1 to 12 and the special and Children's Crusade. That was him. So imagine the writer for Wonder Woman, which is what I think is DC's best film for now, going to Young Avengers maybe in the future years from now and writing the characters he made.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Yes. I'd be down for that. Yes. Yes.
That would blow my mind.
Take my money. Take my money now. Yeah, definitely. We're talking about Cassie. I can see if Marvel are serious about doing generations and generations, like stature, or like Cassie Lang as a future player.
No, I don't want her as Stinger. I do not. That's the only thing I did not like about that in comics recently. I don't like her as Stinger.
Yeah.
Stature or nothing.
Yeah, and if they're serious about this, when the actress grows up and have her play Cassie Lang still, and like they've done the Incredible, which is tie multiple movies together. The next logical step would be tie generations of movies together,
which would be incredible too.
Right?
Right?
Incredibles too. It'd be Incredibles too. Yeah, and I guess last thing I do want to point out, aside from their layers, managing to put in Goliath or Bill Foster and all these wonderful characters.
Oh no!
Oh no! I think Jay lost me. Jay, you there? Oh no, Jay.
I'm there. I'm back.
Okay, perfect.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I just want to point out at how good. Hello, can you hear us?
Herald.
Oh no, Jay is freezing. Are you here? Are you good?
There. Are you back?
Okay.
Do I have you?
Yeah. We Gucci. Can you hear me say Gucci?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Gucci.
Okay. All right. So I want to say the humor was great. Oh, there's a long pause there. Hello? Hello? Oh no! Technical difficulties, everyone. Technical difficulties.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, can you hear me?
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you now. While we're here, let's go. Let's do this.
Okay.
Oh, before the next part, I love Bill Foster as Goliath. That was a crazy ass cameo. He's a missed Marvel because he died in Civil War.
And the fact that they got Lawrence
Killed by
Fishburne,
Ragnarok,
right?
the Thor clone. Yeah.
Dang, man. He was killed by. He was killed by Thor. Thor's clone.
Thor clone.
Yeah. And they
created by Iron Man. The Iron Man side. Team Cap all the way.
Team Cap. Definitely Team Cap. Okay. There's amazing heart and humor to this film, and it's the type of movie we need in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and I'm glad that we're getting it.
Yes, I agree.
I don't think they could pull in other characters aside from Spider-Man in the immediate story arc that they're going with to do the type of humor that the MCU needs to break the monotony of super serious spy action or life and death situations.
And the huge heart. The movie has such huge heart, right?
Yes.
Well, I don't know if Paul Rudd's a nice guy in real life, but I feel like he is.
Right at this point, how could he not be?
So nice. He seems so nice. Like I would be depressed. I would be more depressed. I'd be more depressed. If I found out that Paul Rudd wasn't a nice guy in real life.
Yeah.
The guy just suits.
He really does. And the ending scene where they're watching at what we thought was a drive-through.
Oh yeah.
Right? Like, we're talking about heart. We're talking about heart, and
they actually pull that from issue 1 of Ant-Man, the latest volume of Ant-Man. Not Astonishing Ant-Man, but Ant-Man. Where he moves to Florida. And he follows Cassie. Because the parents are divorced, right?
Yeah,
so he buys like a little Tony Stark dream house kind of thing. And he sets up his iPhone there. And that's the end of issue 1. They just watched. And it was a nice touch. It was a nice reference to the comic.
Yeah. What didn't hit me till now was, oh my god, they shrunk Cassie, dude. Damn.
good. Expose her to pim particles at an early age. That's how she gets powers in the mom. She's been stealing pim particles from her dad since forever.
Okay, so setting up the future. Setting up the future. Good job. Good job, Marvel. Okay.
Speaking of the future, another good thing for having Ant-Man in the Marvel universe is it opens up connections to Fantastic Four.
Yes.
Because Scott Lang was a member of the Future Foundation, and he was the head of the Fantastic Four at some point.
Yeah.
When Reed Richards and the rest of the family went to space to heal themselves from a sickness. And Cassie, his kid, Dr. Doom's, I'd say nephew, Christoph Bernard, was being groomed to be the next Dr. Doom, was in love with Cassie Lang.
Oh.
So it's a good little connection right there.
Yeah.
It's a little continuity.
It is quite nice. Rockhart GG in the chat says, I remember saying Paul Rudd is a goddamn national treasure in the cinema to no one in particular. See, man after our own heart. This Rockhart GG.
I disagree though. Nicolas Cage is a national treasure.
Nick Cage is a national treasure.
No, but yeah, Paul Rudd's a national treasure.
Jay, don't worry, he's a national treasure too.
He's the Constitution, right?
He's a oh jeez, I'm getting stitches. Okay. I want to move on to the final bit, which was the thing everyone was wondering about. How does this lead up to the Avengers, or how does it tie in to Infinity War? And we see it at the very end. Once again,
Holy spoiler alert!
we see it at the very end with
Oh no.
so awkward, you know, where they leave Scott by accident in the quantum realm. Is it? Did they say the realm? Quantum realm?
Yeah, it's quantum realm.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the microverse because the microverse is at the Atoms universe. In DC. So, sorry, I'm such a nerd.
No. Like, you know.
Quantum realm.
Yeah. So they accidentally leave him there after Michelle Pfeiffer, Michael Douglas, after Hank Pym, Janet, and Hope all disappear. They all get dusted. How do you think? How do you feel? We don't want to speculate because until something happens, it's always annoying to speculate, especially when it goes wrong. How do you feel about this as a transition, and how do you feel about where it could lead to in Avengers 4?
Well, I don't feel too good, Mr. Stark.
Oh no! No, Jay! Wait! Jay, no!
Was it too soon for that?
Are you alright? Are you alright? No!
No, I like it. Like it's always like it's been leaked that he was gonna be important in the next story. So
Star Wars is now
it's a good way
40
to do it. I
years
didn't expect it,
old.
to be honest. Like,
Welcome to Fat Man Batman. I'm Kevin Smith.
yeah, it wasn't my guess.
Okay, so
but,
Star Trek Discovery
you
is
know,
happening, whether you want it to
maybe
or not.
since he's in another
What is the sonic
universe,
power Black
he
Canary
wasn't
uses called
in the
incoming?
universe at that. So it makes sense.
Yeah. If anything, it just made me way more excited to find out how it all ties in. Like, I got to know.
What I'm excited for is, first off, I'm gonna say the only thing I don't like about it.
Oh, go.
I don't like the fact that the Wasp wasn't in the universe when it happened. I mean, I don't like the fact that the Wasp died.
Oh, so you're not a fan of the Wasp? Hope also getting dusted.
Yeah, because she's amazing. I want her to be in the next Avengers film, and I don't know why she's not in the next Avengers film. But I'm so excited because this means that Infinity War 2 is basically an Ant-Man.
Oh, it'd be so good, right? It'd be so good.
Right?
Yeah.
Like, because the supposed leaks of the set for Infinity War 2 is
No.
it's
Let's not talk about that.
Okay.
I don't want to talk too
Have
much
you been
about that
avoiding that?
because, sort of. I mean, I accidentally saw it because people on Facebook, but I want to avoid. I really do want to avoid it.
I cover your ears, Harold. Let's do it really quick since I'm on it.
All right, just give me a thumbs up when you're done.
All right. For anyone who doesn't want to get spoiled, stop listening right now. Okay? So 3, 2, 1. Okay, so in the set photos for the next Avengers film, they show Paul Rudd in his Ant-Man uniform and all the other Avengers dressed in their Avengers 1 uniforms. So that's gonna be interesting because he found his way back to the past, and hopefully he changes everything. So that's what the next movie's gonna be about, I think. Harold?
All right, so ladies and gentlemen, that is the show. Let's play us out. Here we go. All right.
Wait, so what did you think of the movie? What's your...
Oh, that's right. It's all right. So, ladies and gentlemen, what I thought overall for the movie was better than the first one, in my opinion. And you know, I think the heart of the MCU, the heart and the humor of the MCU, because it revolves so much around family, and it's more relatable, I guess, for at least where I am in life, you know, the stage, because I love Peter Parker, but they're playing to the younger audience with Spider-Man. So I'm feeling like, you know, Scott is getting more relatable to me at this point of my
you were
life.
gonna say that you have a kid. And...
Oh, geez, no. I don't think I'm ready for that kind of responsibility yet. I gotta learn to feed myself first. So, I mean, you know, Jay, we usually do a scale of 1 to 10, and you know, I'm never able to go first. So I think if you would let me, I think I'm gonna go 8.5 out of 10. Definitely. Much better than just for me, you know, guys, this is by far not a set in stone thing. This is very from person to person, a case by case thing from person to person. For me, it's an 8.5 ants out of 10. I cut Anthony in half like they did in the first movie.
We're ninth ant.
You just got cut out.
Oh, I love the Fisherman's Wharf scene, by the way, where the birds are flying in and eating the ants.
Just one by one, they're getting picked up.
Murderers!
Okay, Jay, what did you think of the movie?
I think it is in my top 3 now.
Oh, dang!
I loved it. Yeah, I loved it, and this is gonna be bad, but I think it kicked Thor Ragnarok out of my top 3.
Whoa!
Yeah.
What?
I think that Ant-Man, the character, is the heart of Marvel now. He could be, but Wasp is a really, really good cornerstone, and I think just the whole setup they made is good for future Marvel films.
Oh man!
Because Spider-Man is hard, Ant-Man is hard, and you're never gonna run out of that now with Marvel.
Yeah, that's true. And the fact that, you know, now Thor also has humor and heart, like,
Yes.
you're getting a lot of it. You're getting a lot of it in the MCU.
He is the most developed character now in Marvel, I think. Or
from the shallow, selfish, one-note character. Yeah, dude.
Faded eyebrows in Thor 1.
I'm Thor. Okay. Watch the Conan clip. The Conan Thor trailer if you guys want to laugh out loud really hard.
So I have to agree with Harold. I think I'm gonna give it an 8.5.
Yes, that's my boy. And Rockheart GG in the chat says 8 out of 10 for me. Everyone who is watching right now, let us know what you think. Tweet us at Quit Stalling Us. Message us on Facebook.
Give us how many ants. Give us how many ants you rated on a scale of 1 to 10 ants.
Exactly. Or comment it below if you're watching the VOD.
Or just send emojis based on how many ants you want. Right?
Yes. Send ants.
I love that. I love that.
That's genius.
And maybe a wasp if you want, like a bunch of wasps. Yeah, we're open to it. Send wasps. Send ants.
Do it now. Okay, let me play us out. It's the World Cup. I gotta watch some soccer. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us tonight. And especially Carl, who's been, Rockhard GG, who's been extra active on the chat.
Riga, thanks.
Yeah, Riga, thanks. We appreciate you. Everyone who stopped by earlier on as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. As I said, we're gonna have to leave. It's a sad time. But before we do, I wanna. Oh, why is that? Why was that the show notes?
I'm still here, but my video froze.
Okay, you're here. Yeah, that's the important thing. That's the important thing. Let me fix the layout real quick before we head out. Where is it? Oh my God, where'd it go?
Oh, while you're doing this, I just gotta say, you guys should read the Future Foundation comic by Fraction and the Alreds.
Oh
It was so fun. It was surprisingly fun.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you on that. Matt Fraction is a gifted writer.
Mhm.
All right, I think I got it back. There we go. All right. So I wanna say thanks to all our most recent followers: Commander Root, Zydeco, Overwatch, Panda Forever,
Thanks, guys.
Tamora_Lol, Ordon, It's Just South, Mercy, Amulo, and DJ Leo Gaming. Yeah, awesome stuff. I want to thank our subs, our all-time subs: Miko P with 3 subs, Salon Chen, Elder Jin, Archer Paris, Pot ZP, Human Panda. We can't forget our leading bit cheerers of all time. You guys are awesome as well. Elder Jin with 1,000 bits, Nerf Diva running up in second with 502. Nope_plays with 100. Tied with Tita Gaming's and Insta DZ for third. DZ just wanted World Cup emotes, apparently.
Okay.
So, yeah, fair enough. And of course, all our other bit cheers: Clarky Plays, Cloud Kun, I am Kokak, Deej Fabian, and the Android Master Paul. You guys are all awesome, and we appreciate you all. Thank you for tuning in. You guys are amazing. And you know what, guys? We're gonna go out on a good note, because it's always great when we have everyone come on the show, especially for these one-off review shows, Jay. It's always awesome, and I gotta thank you, Jay. Where's your camera?
I gotta thank you, Harold.
Oh, you're so sweet.
I think my camera is down, but I'm here.
Awesome. That's what's important. Jay, man, where can the folks at home find you when you're not on the Quit Stalling Geekcast?
I am most active on Twitter, because I love hearing everyone's shower thoughts. So it's just a flood of shower thoughts. So yeah, if you're looking for geeky stuff, movies, TV, comics, sometimes books and games. Games bago lang yan, diba?
Yeah.
Yeah, Overwatch. If you want to hear about geeky stuff, hit me up at janything89 on Twitter. That's where I'd be.
Awesome. If you want to find me outside of the Quit Stalling Geekcast, I host the Quit Stalling Overwatch Community Scrim Nights every Tuesdays, usually with Diego, most of the time with Sorbetes PH. We do that 8 p.m. Every Tuesdays here in the Philippines. That's about 5 a.m. in America, so tune into that. We also do the Quit Stalling Geekcasts regularly at 11 a.m. Philippine Standard Time on Tuesdays, and Monday nights 6 p.m. In California time. So check that out, or you can just look at the schedules below and convert the time with any online time zone converter.
All those guys, so we can bring you even better content.
Exactly. Every Wednesdays, I'm on Game Bite with Diego Z and Mick de Guzman. This week, we've got the one and only Glocko Gaming showing up
Star
on
Wars
Game
is
Bite,
now
9:30
40
p.m.
years
Wednesday.
old.
So check that out.
Welcome to Fab.
I wasn't sure if the Geekcast music was still playing. That might have been blowing people's ears out.
You know what we should be playing? We should be playing Rush.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Monday, Warrior, Tuesday. Okay, so check that out.
Can
Game Bite.
you play Rush as we fade out? That would be fun.
I'm so scared of copyright strikes.
Oh yeah, you're right. Never mind.
I'll find a way to do that.
Bass. Like that'll be our exit.
Exactly. So yeah, guys, check that out. And if you guys enjoy these reviews, let us know, and we'll do more of them.
Yeah,
we'll do more of them. We appreciate everyone for tuning in. If you guys want to find out more about Quit Stalling, if you're watching live, the buttons are below. If you're watching the VODs or listening to the audio only, the links are there. Just look. They're below in the comments, in the show notes. Check that out. But of course, you can always find us on Facebook.com/QuitStallingUs. We're on Twitter @QuitStallingUs. We're on Instagram @QuitStalling. Of course, our YouTube channel is youtube.com/QuitStalling. And we're on Twitch right now, live. If you're watching live,
right now,
follow us. Maybe cheer us on with some bits if you enjoyed. Subscribe because you like the content. So much more you could do. Check it out. QuitStalling.us is our website. So that's www.quitstalling.us. All right, let us know what you think. Message us. hit us up like Carl does. He said, great show. See you guys. Thank you so much, Carl. We will see you
Thanks,
all
Carl.
next time on the Quit Stalling Geekcast. Till then, get off your butts and quit stalling. Bye, everybody. Bye.
Slapping the bass!
Slapping the bass! Slapping the bass, man!